Hey there, Chummers, and welcome to the Sixth World. And today we're going to talk about everybody's favorite TTRPG punching bag, Wizards of the Coast. So, yeah, this particular video is not going to be about Shadowrun. It's going to be about Wizards of the Coast face planting once again. But hey, at least we almost went 4 months without Wizards doing something nefarious and or stupid. So, if you haven't heard, if you've been living under a rock the last couple of days, Wizards of the Coast announced the release of their next supplement, which is Bigby Presents Glory of the Giants, which I guess is a source book about giants for D&D. I'm not really exactly 100% sure what it is. So according to D&D Beyond, their Twitter account, or their X account, whatever it is now. It's a book that has new subclasses, backgrounds, and feats, 70 new monsters, 30 magic items, and more. So it's the next big D&D supplement for Wizards of the Coast to print out. It's coming out August 15th, I believe, is the release date. But some enterprising people on social media noticed that the artwork that had been teased for Bigby Presents Glory of the Giants looked just a little off. And by a little off, I mean it looked like it was AI generated. Apparently, proportions were off on a lot of the illustrations that had been teased. There were wolves with actual human feet and that sort of thing. And somebody asked the question, "Hey, is this AI? Was the art in this book AI generated?" Well, turns out, kind of. The artist for the book, Ilya Shkypin, no clue how you pronounce that, but we'll go with it, released a tweet that basically admitted that they used AI to enhance the details on some of the illustrations. Now, the social media post has been deleted, but the Gizmodo did an article by Linda Kodega, who is actually the same reporter who broke the OGL 1.1 news on there. So, yeah, kudos to her for being a pretty good TTRPG journalist, especially with regards to Wizards of the Coast and all the shenanigans that they've been doing. So according to that article, they do have a screen cap of Skypin's tweet that said, "There is recent controversy on whether these illustrations I made were AI generated. AI was used in the process to generate certain details or polish and editing. To shine some light on the process, I'm attaching earlier versions of the illustrations before AI had been applied to enhance details. As you can see, a lot of painted elements were enhanced with AI rather than generated from ground up." Now, of course, AI art there's a lot of controversy surrounding AI art, let's just say. Me, personally, I don't care about AI art. I think it's a tool that is going to work its way into the industry in one form or another. And it's basically up to artists and companies to use that tool in an ethical manner. What an ethical manner is for AI, that's something that the industry and consumers are going to eventually come to an agreement on. It's going to take a while, I think. It's going to take a couple of years, especially as AI art improves. But I think eventually it is going to enter mainstream TTRPG art. And by mainstream TTRPG art, I mean Wizards is probably going to make more use of it, as are some of the other larger publishers in the industry in some capacity. Even though Wizards has said that they won't, we'll get to that in a moment. So personally, I don't care about AI art. I'm not 100% against it. I'm not for it. I'm a wait and see kind of person. That's why I waited a couple of days to do a video on this to see how the story played out. I'm doing the same thing with AI. That said, I don't buy anything from Wizards of the Coast. I'm not going to buy this particular supplement. I was never going to in the first place. If you were going to buy this particular supplement, and now the decision to the knowledge that it includes AI enhanced art changed that decision, let me know in the comment section below. So anyway, So yeah, a lot of controversy, a lot of people taking shots at Wizards of the Coast and at the artist in question because AI art is very controversial and a lot of people don't like it for various reasons. I won't get into all of that. I'm also not going to debate the merits of AI art versus traditional art. It is what it is all I'm going to say on that. So D&D, D&D, Wizards of the Coast eventually admitted they initially denied that there was any AI art in Glory of the Giants. Then they admitted that once Skypen came out with their post that yeah, okay, there was some enhancements made by AI to the art in this book, and D&D Beyond released an official statement yesterday, the August 6th. I'm recording this on August 7th, so I almost said yesterday, but I think I'm probably going to release this video on Tuesday. So the statement, which I will link to in the description of this video below along with the Gizmodo article, says, "Today we became aware that an artist used AI to create artwork for the upcoming book, Bigby Presents Glory of the Giants. We have worked with this artist since 2014, and he's put years of work into books we all love. While we weren't aware of the artist's choice to use AI in the creation process for these commissioned pieces, we have discussed with him, and he will not use AI for Wizards' work moving forward." We have discussed what that does not. Okay. God, Wizards, proofread your statements better. I hate it when I hate it when I'm reading something and somebody skips a word or something's not like grammatically correct or something like that, and then I have to go back and look at it. It's really freaking annoying. Anyway, Wizards continues, "We are revising our process and updating our artist guidelines to make clear that artists must refrain from using AI art generation as part of their art creation process for developing D&D art." Two things about this statement that I want to kind of point out here. Number one, I don't buy it. I don't buy that they weren't aware that this particular artist had chosen to use AI in these art pieces. Apparently, this artist is known for using AI in their artwork. They've also created some NFTs. Another thing that is also controversial that I'm not going to get into here. Make of that what you will. I'm not going to discuss NFTs here. We're just not going to get into it. So, yeah, I don't buy that they didn't know that he was using AI art. And the reason why I don't buy that they didn't know is because these books, they go through, especially at a large corporation like Wizards of the Coast, literally everything that they put out goes through layer upon layer of editing, proofreading, legal department. Everything gets looked at. This paragraph statement that they put out that probably took maybe 10 minutes for them to write, I guarantee you the reason why they didn't put it out right away is because of all of the layers of editing and legal and PR and everything that this statement had to go to. There are massive amounts of layers and bureaucracy in these large corporations, and I guarantee you there were a lot of hands that touched Bigby Presents Glory of the Giants. And I don't buy that not one person looked at some of the artwork because there are literally, I mean, in this book, there are literally wolves with like human feet. I mean, you can go in and you can see a lot of the stuff, some of the pictures in question in this book, and they don't look right. And I can't believe that not one person in the editing process for this book that has probably been in production for, I think it was in production for a year, went to the artist and was like, "Hey, what the hell? What's up with this? Why does this look the way that it does?" Now, granted, when this book was allegedly being worked on, when these art pieces were allegedly received by Wizards, not a whole, AI art was just kind of starting out. It was just kind of coming into its own thing. Not a lot of people really looked at it or probably really knew how to identify it. But still, I mean, come on. I mean, just the like the promo art piece that they have in that they put out for it. The proportions are off on that. It looks weird, and I don't believe that nobody caught it. I think what probably happened was, and this goes into my other point with this statement, that they're not going to be using AI art in the future. I don't buy that either. I think what likely probably happened with this particular book, with these art pieces, is, in all of the layers of editing, somebody probably looked at this and said, this looks a little funky. Probably went back to the artist and said, hey, what's up with this? And the artist was probably like, oh yeah, I reworked it with AI, or I reworked it digitally, or something like that. I don't have any proof of any of this, of course. I don't have any sources inside Wizards. I don't have. This is all just speculation on my part. But I would buy the fact that if somebody came out and said, no, actually, Wizards knew this, and this was an effort to do like kind of a soft launch of AI art for their supplements in the future, I would totally buy that. I really would. I think somebody probably knew what was going on, or at least they knew that this looked weird, and they let it go to print, maybe to see what happens, maybe because they didn't want to spend the money to go back and rework everything. I don't know. I don't know the thought process there, but if that's not the case, if this book went to print and nobody had any questions about any of it, that I think speaks to the lack of quality of Wizards editors, which is, either way, it's not good. I also don't buy Wizards' statement that they're not going to be using AI art in the future. I think they want to use AI art. They've talked about using AI. I believe their new virtual tabletop, or whatever it is, whatever D&D Beyond is going to become, I believe that's going to be using AI game masters. I'm almost positive I heard people mention that they'd also talked about using AI during the creator summit that they had after the OGL 1.1 disaster. So I think Wizards wants to use AI. I think it's going to happen. I think they're just going to try and be slick about trying to work it in there. And I think they're going to be more careful about how they use it in the future. Now, do I have, of course, I don't have any proof of any of this. This is all just speculation on my part, and going off of Wizards' absolutely shitty reputation that they've built up, especially over the last, 6, 7, 8 months, ever since OGL 1.1, where they literally tried to ensure that they could steal independent creators' work and sell it, and then ban that creator from ever doing anything with D&D ever again. And then the whole Pinkerton debacle. And now this. The Wizards has proven themselves time and again to be an absolutely shitty, out-of-touch, tone-deaf company that really only cares about monetizing D&D to as much as they possibly can. Their CEO, either CEO or CFO, I can't remember who, but their higher-ups have said this. They have said that D&D is under-monetized, and they want to squeeze every last bit of cash that they can out of D&D players, and I think they probably are looking at AI art as a cheap way to be able to put out supplements very quickly, especially digitally, as a lot of their stuff is going to be moving digital. I wouldn't be surprised to see D&D going almost 100% digital in the future. AI art would be a tool that would allow them to very quickly pump out supplements with, I don't want to say quality artwork necessarily, but artwork that seems like it's quality art. So, and of course, with tabletop RPGs, anything associated with tabletop RPGs, the artwork is a big draw for a lot of people. So I think they see AI art. Trying to say that 5 times fast. God, that's like the 10th time I've stumbled over it. I think they see AI art as a way to be able to further monetize D&D, squeeze every last ounce of cash that they can without having to pay a whole lot of artists to do a whole lot of commission pieces and that sort of thing. So I don't buy that they're not going to use AI art in the future. I think they will be using AI art in the future. I think they're just going to be a lot more slick about how they present it to us in the future. So anyway, this video has already run, this discussion has already run a little bit longer than I wanted it to. Like I said, I will go ahead and put links to the Gizmodo article. It's a short article. It's a very good article. Kudos once again to Linda Codega for doing some quality gaming journalism. It's something that's very, very rare nowadays, but I will fully credit where credit is due. She's doing a great job covering Wizards of the Coast and all of their nefarious and stupid moves that they've made the last couple of months. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about all of this. Do you believe Wizards when they say they didn't know that this art was AI enhanced? Do you believe that it was just enhanced, or did they use AI for more of it? Also, what do you think about their statement that they are not going to use AI in the future? They've announced another supplement coming out. They've actually announced Planescape, a reworking of the Planescape box set, I believe. Do you think they're going to be using any AI art in that? Let me know what you think about all that in the comment section below. As always, if you liked what you heard, leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Both of those things support the channel very much so and allow that algorithm to mine our content and push it to the masses. Also, if you want to support the channel more directly, we do have channel memberships and Patreon available. Links in the description below. And I will see you all next time. And that's the chip truth, chummers. Let me know what you think in the comment section, and don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel for more Shadowrun content. Hit that notification bell so you will always know when I upload a brand new Shadowrun video, and until next time, remember to shoot straight and never, ever deal with a dragon.